Shaykh al-Islam, he said, Rahimahullah ibn Taymiyyah, it is forbidden, meaning from the perfection of Tawheed again, to deny someone who asks you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the ulama have given conditions. Condition number one, that the person is asking you directly. So imagine there's a person in the front of the masjid, he says, I ask you by Allah to donate towards the masjid. Does that now mean that you have to give from the perfection of your Tawheed? No, not necessarily, because he's not talking to you directly. Also from the conditions of this is that the person, you have to understand that the person is giving you something or is asking you about something which you can believe in him. I don't know if you've got this here. I think you might actually. It's like everywhere. But here in our city, I don't want to mention the name of the country, but you've got non-Muslims wearing hijab and they go around saying, I ask you please brother by Allah. She's not even a Muslim. And they even wear a niqab, some of them, and she's not even a Muslim. You can tell they're not Muslim by the way they dress and by the way they talk. So now here, do we apply this to them? No, why not? What do you mean? The conditions that they have to be on Tawheed. Here, the generality is that if a person is asking you by Allah, then you honor the name of Allah, so you give. So even if a kafir is saying to you, by Allah, help me, if the person is mentioning the name of Allah from the perfection of Tawheed, you can't. So now, here, basically what we're saying here, Allah's name is mentioned and your heart is still hard. Allah's name is mentioned and it's not penetrated anywhere. Allah's speech is being recited and it's just, nothing's just run off your bat, run off your senses. It shouldn't be like, this is what we're saying here. But what we're basically saying here, we have to be pragmatic and practical here. A person comes to you and says, Wallahi, akhi, I need your help. But you know he's a liar. You know he's going to use it for something which is haram. You know the person might not even be a Muslim and they're asking you and there's no reality to it. In this scenario, you think of a way of still honoring the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you don't cooperate in what is sinful or disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you will say, okay, you want money? Let me buy you the food instead. You want something? Let me get it for you instead. Is there anything that I can do for you or something like that? If you know the person is lying, etc.